this cancer away from us before 2027, they should forget about it.
Just forget it.
Just forget about it. And there's something that's been on my mind I wanted to share, especially regarding this this new regional government and the way they want to split the states and everything. This is what they call it, fruits from a poison tree. No Igbo, the Igbos have never benefited from any of this regional, dissection and dividing that they've been doing. And I think if there's anybody that is asleep, please wake up, because they told us that the war is over. But my ego, is it not clear that the war is still on? That we're still fighting a war. The war never ended. I think all they have been trying to do is to strategize on how to neutralize any voice that comes from that region that will say, oh, we want to be emancipated, we want to be free. Now, these states that they say they want to create, they want to carve out more states. What about the other states that have been carved out into places like Kogi? What about bringing them back into the Biafra land, not just leaving them to be ungoverned? Do you understand what I mean? Nobody is talking about that. And even from my own understanding, it seems like there are some places that have a high volume of natural gas that they want to carve into South as well. And we're all folding our arms. My people, let us wake up. These people are not for us. Let us not talk about IMF and World Bank and the rest. Is now we're understanding what they've been doing in Nigeria. And they've been doing it even during military. So you can know what all of these people who so-called, we want all the countries to have some form of democracy and all of that, they were still working with the military government. They were still working hand in hand to destroy the country, and they were doing it successfully. It's only that for some reason in Tinubu's time and Buhari's time, it has become very apparent that they are not here to lift us up out of any kind of poverty. No, their interest is actually to impoverish the continent, make it poor, and I don't really understand for what reason. Because if you take it, because they want to
destroy their farms, destroy their agriculture,
destroy their farms,
their mineral resources, steal them, destroy the environment, destroy the area. Come on,
destroy the area, destroy the people. Doesn't it feel like an evil agenda, something that is sinister that is going on? You don't even want the people to see the light of day. You have all of these so-called leaders, and all they're doing is impoverishing their people. It's like, taxing them to death. You don't even see where the money is coming from, but you want to take that which they don't even have, right? And then you're saying, okay, is it the resources? Have we said that we won't sell you these resources? Why is it so hard? Or you want to take it for free? You don't want to have to pay for it? I don't understand. So when you bring up, when I listen to your talk all the time, I'm like, I'm confused. As in, what is the real, true end game? What is the end game for IMF, World Bank, and all of this? Because it cannot just be that you want to. It's almost like there's a whole agenda around, destroying us and just making us
the agenda is
disappear from the face of the earth,
right?
And Africa without Africans. Somebody said they want an Africa without Africans in it. I don't know. Anyway,
our resources, they don't. They don't need us.
They don't need us, and they're doing
us, right? If they can reduce us, if they can make our women no longer fertile or virile and all that, right? If they can make our health, our food compromised, so that our health will be compromised. If they can alter our DNA and all of that stuff that they could do for now, when just that we can just give all those resources for them. They want Africa without Africans.
Exactly, that is it. An Africa without Africans. But just like every other person every other tyrant that has come before them, the Egyptians were the tyrants against the Jews. The Romans were tyrants against the world. Even the British were tyrants against the whole world. Just like every tyrant before them, they will have their time, and their time will come to an end. But Africa will still remain somehow.
It's going to be undefeated because they can't really wipe us all out that way. Okay, but if nothing is done soon, the weak men in charge of Africa, they are already facilitating our second slavery anyway. You know that. And the second slavery is economical.
No, absolutely. And that's why I'm saying that we can't wait to whoever is waiting for 2027 or waiting for, we'll get another chance to go at, give it a go at Tinubu and all of that. I think we're just let us tell ourselves the truth. If we don't get rid of them now, before this, now that we're talking about, if we don't get rid of them now, forget about 2027. And anybody that wants, Peter Obi, even if Peter Obi becomes president, he can only be president for 8 years. After 8 years, then what? We're back to square one.
Ciao.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you, Michael.
You have a good one there. So that's our Lady Charm. Ladies and gentlemen, so I went on to check on our offering pause, and I still kind of have less than 1,000. We should be having like 1,500 of us who have liked the broadcast. It does help, I promise you. So if you haven't done it, please do. I will keep appreciating you for that. So thank you so much. Hang on. Oh, what did I do to the line? My line is pretty much open, and if you're having trouble with that, especially if you're calling from outside the UK, just add that +44. It's in front of it. +44 77069 22321. Thank you. Hang on. So let's hello there.
Hello, General.
Elder, how are you today, sir?
A good one today, a good ride today.
Really? Thank you.
That was really a good ride. I don't know of any that is not good anyway, so let me put it that way.
As long as
fantastic.
Anything standard. Anything below standard is what we don't want. So yeah, thank you, sir.
I lived in Rivers State for about 7 years.
Oh.
And I lived in Rivers State for about 7 years, and I want to comment about what you are alluding today about Wike and Fubara. What most people don't know is that Fubara is actually a family member of Wike. It's like the mother of Fubara is related to Wike, maybe Wike's sister or something like that. They are actually very, very close.
So no wonder. And you could trust him with that much, because it's like he put everything he has in him. All his secrets, all the stolen money, where the bodies are buried, and all that stuff. So going up against him, then it's like, wow.
8 years, this guy was the accountant or
accountant general of River State. He was accountant general.
So there's no amount of money that Wike stole from Rivers people that Fubara doesn't know about. In fact, they stole it together, which is why it's been difficult for Fubara to also nail Wike, because they stole together. Like in Yoruba, both of them are thieves. Both of them are thieves. I wish Fubara is fighting Wike just because they love River people, but unfortunately for the listener tonight, Fubara is not fighting Wike because of River people. That should be very, very clear. They are fighting is just because of their interest. It's now my turn to speak. It's my turn to steal. Why you want to take 30%? How many percent I will take if you take 30%? This is what is creating problem between them. But I'm happy that Wike is being disgraced the way it is. Soon it's going to be Fubara's turn too to face the music, because both of them should be hanged. Wike and Fubara, both of them should be hanged. None of them represent the interests of the people. And this is my concern about Nigeria generally. Why the battle for the soul of the country becomes so difficult. When we continue to produce chain of leaders, we kind of like, the good people don't get elected, say to say. We complain about the bad leader we have. Of course, they are bad. I'm not defending that. They are one of the worst leaders. But they represent who we are, unfortunately. Look at Obasanjo that was fighting for Obi. Look at him going to Tinubu for Salah. Can you imagine that? That Obasanjo went to Tinubu's wife and was saying that I brought Salah. Is that not a disgrace on a person of Obasanjo? Even though, you want to think Obasanjo is still better than most of them. but he too is not different. So the question has to be asked, where is the loyalty of the country or the people of the country? Why do we continue to support corruption? I don't know, General, I don't know if you're hearing me, you're following my line of thought.
Loud and clear.
Because, we got to ask ourselves the question. If hopefully we get rid of Tinubu in the next election, what you will find out is that the next leader is not going to be, it's still going to be the same story. It's always that same pattern. We were there when we were complaining about Jonathan. Is the Nebuchadnezzar, is this. He was sharing money with Yoruba kings at a time. Sijo Ade collected about $250,000. Only Awujale that said, look, my vote is just one. Go and speak with the people. That man is the only king I respect in the Southwest. He maintained his integrity. He never soiled his hand with money. And we knew what Jonathan did, and even some million that he still retrieved from his minister. Now that Jonathan today, in the scope of what Bubu did and what Tinubu is doing, Jonathan is a saint now. In fact, I saw a post about Abacha.
Even Buhari is looking more or less like, he's looking clearly like a saint because, Buhari printed 27.5 trillion. That's how much he printed, right? And they said that money has accumulated an interest of over 2.8 or so trillion in the period. So totally, Nigeria, if they printed and Nigeria interest on that, the interest on that is a total of 30 trillion, right? Now they took Nigeria debt from 13. Yeah, they took Nigeria debt from 13 trillion in 2015. They took it to 87 to 90 trillion in 2023. That's practically like borrowing about 10 trillion every year. Okay, or let's say 80 trillion every year. Do you know that Tinubu has borrowed and printed all combined over 25 trillion now, sir, in 1 year? So if he has 8 years, well, you can do the math.
The future is gone for Nigeria. That's not the reality. And like you're saying, I saw a post about Abacha today. Everybody was now praising Abacha. Can you imagine that?
Yes, sir.
That Abacha is now being praised, being celebrated, and that's just the reality of what we are facing. Once Tinubu is gone, give it another 10 years. We'll be facing with a leader that makes Tinubu look like it.
Look better.
Saint
when people said there can never be anybody worse than Buhari, Tinubu just said, "Hey, hold my beer. I'll show you. I can be worse." And in a year. Yes, sir.
I don't know. The reality, the fundamental of our country is really very, very wrong. Without changing that fundamental, breaking that country into parts, I don't actually believe in the unity of the country. I believe we should have many countries so that everybody can face their own future. Without breaking that country, we are going to continue to use personal interests. It's a Muslim candidate. It's a Yoruba candidate. It's a Northern agenda. Those are some of the determinants of who become the president of Nigeria. It's not going to be about can this person deliver? When I look at the chain of the leadership that ran in the last election, I'm sorry, maybe my obedient people are angry as well, but sorry, I saw publication of Obi when he was governor. It's no different from all these people. They are all the same, bunch of the same people. The only person I support is Omoyele Sowore. Let the youth start voting for themselves. We are more in population than these people. Stop saying that somebody cannot win. Let's start voting for them first. Say, oh, I don't believe he can win. I don't want to waste my vote. Let's start voting for them first. Once we start voting for them, then one day they will win. Look at what happened in Senegal. That's what we need in Nigeria, not to say, okay, who is better out of this evil? Let's reject evil in all its total.
The lowest of all the evils. So it will go for the...
No, let's reject that. It doesn't work. It's never worked before in politics. If somebody is not good, oh, it's only 35 million Obi gave to his father's company. It's never worked. Reject them. Look for somebody that has no criminal record. Put them there. And stop excusing people. It's because it's still better than Tinubu, or it's because it's still better than Atiku. Come on. Let's, if we really want to put our country forward, let's look for the people with clean record. Thank you very much. Thanks, General.
Okay, thank you so much. That's Elder Akinola right there. I have another caller on the line. Hello.
My good General, Ekushel, well done. That's fine. This is Bishop Adeshina.
Bishop, you are with us tonight.
Well done, sir. Yes. Ekushel, well done. Now, me, what I want to just open our eyes to, because there is intel already, and it's like people don't take it serious. If you look at that Kenya saga, it's happening right away. It's happening over there.
And the Ghanaians are warming up. So very soon I'm going to bring you I'll tell you when once that of Ghana explodes too. They are also warming
Ghana.
up. Yes.
Now, when you see the interview of that lady, he's telling that police, he said, they say, why are you protesting? As if protest is not in their constitution, but they're asking, why are you protesting? She said, because you are killing us, killing the innocent youth, helpless youth. The same what trigger NSAS in Nigeria. The youth says, stop killing us. And still they will go ahead, they kill them. The same thing is what trigger in Kenya. And you talk about Ghana too now. But the intel that I want to let you know is that there is a deliberate information or instruction or order from the Western security cartel. See, they've tried through medicine. They say it doesn't work. Either COVID, reduce their population or whatever, it doesn't work. You can't reduce the immunity of Africans on their land. You can do that rubbish with those who are in diaspora living with you. You give them all those junks, genetic modulated food and all that. But in African land, it will need Are you getting me? Now, when you see them coming to Nigeria, they want to assist in technical training for the security and all that. See, they deliberately take some top security officers to US or come here, train them, or UK, train them. In fact, the people in charge of Nigeria saga is UK. And they emphatically instruct them to terminate the youth, reduce their population. They gave Nigerian police support, gave them ammunition, gave them funds. There was a time Nigerian former he's a legislator, former legislator, and is out of office. But during his opposition campaign, he said it, that how can British be controlling our police? And we said that we are independent, that they are funding your police. They say they are giving them training. How will you allow such?
I know. Bishop,
yeah.
Remember that during the NSAS time, that was when we discovered
yeah.
that while SARS were killing the young people in Nigeria, extorting them and doing all of that, right? SARS was actually being funded by the UK government.
Yes, like, exactly.
You see,
by UK government.
Police, SARS is part of the IP stuff, but that is just on paper. All the training,
the UK
the guns,
Yeah, UK. Yeah, and everything.
Everything was coming from the UK.
Everything.
I
UK. And they
like, wow.
You are shocked now. Wow. And they are instructed to maim the youth of their citizens, to maim.
Bishop, me and people talking about when all the report of the SARS atrocities was flying everywhere. The UK government, okay, they were actually, they issued a statement through their embassy that the police brutality should stop. But we didn't know that the money, the guns, and
it's coming from them. It's coming from them.
All over Nigeria.
Any issue ni àwọn UK ìlú tẹ wá yẹn issue ni àwọn, especially àwọn England English people yẹn. That's why ti Wales àti Scotland náà ti yarí pa wọn lọ. Àwọn English yẹn issue gidi ni wọ́n. Tọ́ bá ti bí Fúlàní òyìnbó Fúlàní ni wọ́n. Tọ́ bá sọ hey don't stay there o máa tètè máa sá lọ sí Z. As they so that is a fact, and what they want to achieve in this agenda, reducing the youthful population of Africa, we don't understand. If you want to come to Africa, come to Africa. If you want the Africans, the future of tomorrow, to leave Africa for you and come to your land, tell us. We will come to your land. We will come there. You come and relocate here. I bet you before 20, 50 years, the Africa that those whites come will become desert. That Oyibo land that Africans take will become a fertile ground. Because we are created in a special way. And they know that intimidation is in their bone marrow, is in their genetic formulation. That's why from their genetic being, they have that selfless esteem whenever they see black around them. So that's what I want. That's what I just want to throw open to see. That is deliberate. Is deliberate, and we should not put it aside as if we don't know what's going on. They were being sponsored. They were being sponsored outside.
Yeah, anybody who doesn't know that Africa is the bread. The rest of the world believes that Africa is the future. If they are to survive, if their species to survive, they cannot let go Africa. Everything they need is in Africa. And Africans should understand what this means. As they're offering different kind of carrot and stick, or carrot or poison challenge offers.
Tí o bá ṣe pé àwọn yẹn gan jẹ́, they have fish brain. You carry uniform on your neck, you carry, and some people give you money. They say go and kill your people, and because you are a statesman. Oh, mọ̀ yín pé tó bá dọ̀la àwọn tó fi sílẹ̀ nínú group ẹ̀ wọ́n máa pa ọmọ tiwọn náà. Oh, come money. Yeah. All right. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Bishop calling in from Nigeria, though I won't tell you where, but he's a regular, and I do miss him because I may never hear from him again for like another few months. Not that because he's not trying, but it's such a job to get through and call in on this program. I have another caller on the line. One name. Osita, is that you?
That is me. Good to hear your voice, brother.
Great to hear your voice too.
One name mad, one name the author, one name the number. Agujiewe. You are the lion that is holding on the gun right now.
Tell them about
no matter what people say, no matter how they see it, you are the lion of the jungle right now. Because
his own double barretta.
Yeah, because Nigeria alone is a jungle right now.
I tell you, Baba, and if you know some issues,
so, my brother, first and foremost, I don't disrespect people, but sometimes when you come here, you talk, and I just watch, and I just say, let me try to chip in and try to correct some certain things.